All right, guys, it's old school again. Hey, I just started a new venture here on cooking, so I got with my daughter, and she wanted me to start cooking her some gumbo and all that good stuff down here. So I decided, wait a minute, that's not a bad idea. Let me go ahead and start cooking, but in this case, I want to start putting in a video for her in the future. After I expire and all that other good stuff, which is a natural thing. I mean, I've already faced that. But anyhow, uh, I wanted to go ahead and video my cooking techniques. So my first video is going to be on, what is that going to be on? Shrimp and crab bisque. And I guarantee you might like it. I'm not going to talk you to death, so let's go ahead and get into that cooking scene. Okay, let's do it. Hey guys, this is Old School Will. Hey, I've decided I'm going to try something a little bit different. I had a little discussion with my daughter the other day, and she's always asking me to fix her some kind of gumbo. As y'all know, I love cooking gumbo down here on the Gulf Coast. So I kind of thought about it, and I said, most parents, when they leave recipes, they always write them down or put them on paper somewhere, and next thing you know, they're lost or whatever. But with this new technology, I said, something, let me go ahead and start recording my recipes. I love to cook, by the way. Yeah, Old School is pretty good at a lot of different things. So I decided I was going to cook something for her and her and my grandson. So I decided I was going to cook a creamy crab and shrimp seafood bisque. Now this is my first time doing this cooking stuff, so y'all bear with me here, okay? So it's going to be in a few different segments. But I'm going to leave all the recipes in the description later on, but I'm going to show you what I've set up. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share, and all that other good stuff, so we can go ahead and get those algorithm things working on this, on my podcast. Like I said, we're going to discuss a lot of things. I bet you didn't think I was going to discuss cooking, though, did you? Yeah, I know, I'm full of surprises. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started with this seafood bisque. See if you guys like it or not. All right, guys, as you see, I have all my ingredients here. Let's see, it calls for 4 tablespoons unsalted butter there. We got 1 medium onion finely chopped. This little gizmo I got right here, I'll tell you what, I love this thing. Let me show you what it does. And if you'd like to get one later on, just leave it in the descriptor. It really cuts things up a whole lot faster. So I take 1/4 of an onion right there, and I'll put it on this little gadget right here, and all I do is I push down on it. Ta-da! All my onions are chopped up finely and all that other good stuff. Old school times, we used to take a knife and cut everything up and make it look pretty and all of that good stuff. But it also calls for 2 celery stalks, which you see I got right here. Garlic, 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 4 cups of seafood stock, cup of heavy cream. And also, we're looking at a 1/2 cup of dry white wine. When did I drink all that up last week? I think I might have some in the cabinet. Anyway, 1 teaspoon of Old Bay seasoning, 1/2 teaspoon of paprika, 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, 1/2 pound of lump crab meat. Now I got crab meat. Ooh, I got pints of crab meat because you've probably seen some of my other videos where I've caught my own crabs and you know, taking care of the crab meat and all that good stuff off of it. Half a pound of shrimp, salt to taste, and 2 tablespoons of fresh parsley. Now, if you notice that I got that seafood stock there, it calls for 4 cups of that. Usually one box is 4 cups, so I won't need a measuring thing. And I'll salt and pepper to taste right there. All right, so next go around, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this puppy together, and I'm gonna watch. I'll let you see me chop this stuff up real quick. Okay. All right, guys. Next up, I like these big old Dutch pots. That's what I cook all my gumbo and all that good stuff in. So these things are fantastic. And if you're gonna get one, I always get the large one because I just get carried away when I cook gumbo. I try to cook as much as I can on one go around. But to save time, you notice I've already chopped up my celery there, and I got my onions here, and just a little crab meat. Always, that whole thing there, that's about a half a pint. But I'm a shrimp person. If you notice, I have probably about maybe 3 pints of shrimp all chopped up, ready to go. And we have our heavy cream right there, and I'm just waiting on this Dutch pot to heat up. So let's go ahead and add that 4 tablespoons of butter and let it melt in there. Let me turn this down just a tad there. Yep. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to add those onions. Saute those onions and also those that celery. This is a real easy recipe to make. Oh, and by the way, I always hear about people saying, you know, I don't want to cook, I ain't going to cook and all that. Well, I tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, cooking is probably one of the most relaxing things you can do. I use a flat spatula. This until it's been well used here. But I think one of the main reasons why society is way overweight is because we eat out so much instead of cooking at the house. And when you do that, quite naturally, you're going to be picking up more and more calories. But you're just going to saute these until they get a little loose, as I call it. Ooh, I wish you could smell that. That smells so good, so good. And usually we want to cook these for about 5 minutes. See what happens on that. After that 5-minute period, you're going to sprinkle that flour over the top of this. Now, I'm not going to hold you here for the whole 5 minutes, so let me cook this for 5 minutes and I'll get right back with you. All right, guys. One other thing. This is my first cooking video, so don't y'all be too hard on old school. You know, I'm giving it a shot to see what happens here and how things come out. Now we're going to take that flour and we're going to sprinkle it over the top of this. And we're going to do the same thing with that spatula for about 2 minutes. We're going to stir that up. Mix all that together. I know you can hear that. Ooh, this just smells so good. You know, I should have done this a long time ago. I know I love to get into my podcasting with a lot of other different things, but as I said, I love cooking. And I have to thank my mom for this because when I came up as a kid, I used to watch her cook in the kitchen and everything and how she did things, and I just slowly started grasping it and learning how to do things. And I thank the Lord now that today I'm able to do that. Let me turn that down just a tad. Now we're going to whisk in that seafood stock because we don't want this to burn. Pour it in a little at a time. Be cautious now because that's going to be pretty hot. And as I said, this one container right there, that's 4 cups, so I don't have to measure it. I'm gonna wind up putting all of that in there, but I wanted to start it off because I didn't want that to burn at the bottom. And you're gonna always scrape the bottom of that puppy there to keep that from burning. Now let's go ahead and pour the rest of that in there. I think you guys are gonna love this. I hope so, at least. All right, we're gonna cook this again for about another. We're gonna simmer and let it cook until it thickens for about 10 minutes. And as I said, I'm not gonna hold you guys for a whole 10 minutes, so I'm gonna come back with you after the 10-minute period, and we're gonna continue from there. Okay, guys, we're back again. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna add that heavy cream to this. As you see, it should simmer there pretty good there. We're going to add that heavy cream in there. As you see how that's really thickening up there. And we're going to add our seasonings here, along with our half a cup of white wine. I didn't drink too much. I barely had enough left. I didn't know where the rest of the white wine went to. And we're going to add all our seasoning, everything except the parsley. That's a type of garnishment thing we're going to use there. All right. Paprika, cayenne pepper, and Old Bay seasoning. And we're going to stir that puppy up some more. And that's going to start thickening even more there. And with this, you add salt and pepper to taste. Me, I try to cut back on my salt intake. And you can serve this by itself, or you can add rice to it if you like. But then with this in there, we're going to go ahead and let it simmer for about another 5 or 10 minutes. I like to stir. I want to make sure everything is mixed real well in there. I made some of this about a month ago, and I tell you what, I just almost hurt myself with it. Usually when I cook, I try to cook for the entire week, and I have containers that I put it in, and I cook maybe just once a week or once every 2 weeks because everything is in containers and frozen, and I just pull it out when I need it. But like I said, I love cooking. I'm not a McDonald's and a fan of McDonald's or none of these other fast food restaurants, except for now Whataburger. Oh yeah, it's on with Whataburger. But we're going to go ahead and let that simmer for another 10 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to add those shrimp into that, shrimp and the crab meat. And you're going to really love what you're going to see then. Okay, I'll come back with you again. All right, guys, Old School is back again. I tell you what, this stuff is, ooh, if you can only smell this, wow, and how it's getting thickening up there in that pot. You can't beat this, folks. Come on now. Let me let you see what it looks like. Mm, mm, mm. That really looks good, folks. Really looks good. I'm gonna start putting my crab meat in here. Bear with me 1 second. I'll be right back with you. All right, guys. Old School's back. Okay, what we're gonna do now? We're gonna put that crab meat in there. And as I said, this is straight from the bayou out there, right in front of my. Look at that. That doesn't look good. I don't know what does. Look at that. All that's pure crab meat. So let's put that in there like that. And it's still simmering, y'all. Make sure I get it all in there. And I love a lot of shrimp. Look at that. And I'm going to put them all in there because I'm a shrimp type of guy. We're going to put those in there all the way around. You know, I really like this cooking bit. I mean, I might change my whole cast up to try to cook something different. And if you guys like it, I told my daughter I was going to make her that crab gumbo. So that's going to be on my next video. If you guys want to hang around and leave your comments and tell me what you think about it, and if you like it or if you're picking up anything off of it. But I tell you what, it's really relaxing when you can come in here in the kitchen and you can cook, have that music going that you like, turn the TV off of course, and you just kick back and you just enjoy. I'm putting a lot of a lot of shrimp in there. And like I said, this is fresh shrimp also. And that ought to do it. And we're just simmering that. Look at that. Now you can't tell me. Ooh, I wish you guys could really smell this, because this is outstanding. Now, what I did normally do afterwards, I would take this and I would put it in different containers, and as I said, I would freeze it and put it in my refrigerator. My freezer, and I'm good for the rest of the week. But like I said, if you hang around with me, if you think that looks pretty good, I know it's good if you can only smell it. And I haven't put any salt in there at all. I have cayenne pepper in there, but I'm gonna put it. Excuse me. I'm gonna put a tad of black pepper in there, just to spice it up a little bit more. Yep, that should do it. I love my seafood spicy, folks. I know a lot of people might say, well, there's too much pepper in there. Well, you know, you have to do this to taste way you like it. And with me, I love it hot. And before we wrap this up, folks, I want to give you a chance to take a look at this and see what you think about it. It's not fully cooked yet, because I got to let it cook for about 10 more minutes. But take a look at that. If that is not mouth-watering, ooh, and taste, you can't beat this. And it all took about, what, total 30 minutes to make. So, with all that being said, guys, yeah, with all that being said, guys, I want to tell you, I really appreciate you guys hanging around and you watching me do my little thing as far as cooking. And like I said, next go round, which will probably be, what's today, Monday? Probably Friday. No, I got something to do on Friday. Let's make it around next week and Monday. I'm going to cook that gumbo. And I'm going to take you through the steps just like I did with this bisque. And like I said, if you like it, come back with me. So this is old school saying, hey, I really enjoyed you watching. Well, I couldn't see if you were watching or not, if you're there. But I hope you like it. If you do, leave a comment and all that other good stuff. Okay, that's it with old school. Y'all have a good day and stay blessed. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed the Seafood Bisque. Enjoyed this video. Like I said, it's my first one making, so as far as recipes. So if you like it, let me know in the comment section there. I will have a description of the recipe that I used. And I think you might really enjoy it. And believe it or not, I have tons of different recipes here. And I want to try to share, not all of them right now, so I can't go through the hundreds of recipes I have. But I want to share a lot of this and also have something that I can leave with my daughter, you know, for later on in life. And she can look back and say, oh, my dad did that. That's how we make that seafood bisque or that crab gumbo. So with all that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed Old School Will and his cooking, first cooking, of course. I hope you really enjoyed. Until the next time when we make that crab gumbo, you guys enjoy life and stay blessed. Old School Will is out.